Okay, so it's April 24th, later in the day, and about sometime in the afternoon. I'm about to make myself a sandwich, and I used up I went to Kroger and I got a few things like on clearance and stuff that will last me a couple of like days. So like these were only $1 and there's 4 of them. That's nice. And these were $1.99, and these can get warm and I can still manage to eat them, so that'll be good. They won't go bad right away. I got a couple of avocados. But when I was trying to charge everything through my WIC and use my WIC, and then also in conjunction there was a coupon for, I had a free loaf of bread, so I decided to try these ones from Kroger, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's gonna be delicious. It's gonna help satisfy me right now. And then I also got like one of these juices that I like to get because it was on clearance, and it'll give me a lot of that vegetable and fruit nutrients that I need. And I got these as well. I like these slices. These are nice. They taste good. Plus there's a lot of protein in it. And then I also got one of the WIC juices that I can either drink myself. More than likely I won't. And I'll just give it off to someone else because it's made from concentrates, and it's let's see, oh, it's right here. So anyway, when I was ringing everything up with the WIC in conjunction with my food stamps, I had I went ahead and swiped the WIC. It said that it was going to cover the fruits and vegetables, and aside from like the salad mix, you know. So my total came out that it was going to take from my food stamps $11. And I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't add up in my head. What it did was it kicked out that free coupon for the bread as I was paying. So I would be really mindful if I were using a bunch of different types of cards to make sure. That's how they get you. That's how they overcharge you. And that's why I always check my receipts. So instead of paying $11 just now, and I just tried to get a package of cereal that was 9 ounces, and it said it was a WIC item, but of course when you ring it through, it'll just all of a sudden say it's not a WIC item. So I had some difficulties with that and had to ask some of the employees to help me void the transaction. And the cereal, minus the bread, I ended up only paying approximately $6 out of my food stamps instead of 11. So I would always be mindful to make sure that all the coupons are being processed correctly, and I always go back and read my receipts and to make sure that everything came out perfectly. Otherwise I go straight over to customer service and get them to switch it up. Which I know sounds like a Karen move, but when you're living off of nothing, of course you're going to be mindful of every penny that you're spending. And I made sure when I was going around. That's why it's a disruption for me when things like that happen. And people don't realize why I get so flustered, why I get so upset. And I'm like, wait a second. You don't even realize, like, I've had to live on a low income my whole life. So, and so I was going to eat a sandwich right now. I was going to let you know, too, that I don't really care what anybody tries to make out. I think they just they're such attention seekers that they try to combat what I say. They can't. They're like, well, so you're accusing him of rape? No, he is a rapist. I mean, there's no accusation. He is, because I was fast asleep when he when he stuck his dick in. So there's a huge difference. Like, I'm not a liar. There's a difference in that too. If I were someone that didn't uphold what I was saying all the time, if I were a hypocrite like all these people trying to comment and bash me, then I would be worried. But I'm not worried in the slightest, because I know God's gonna figure something out for me. This doesn't make any sense. I'm just over here trying to grow a baby now, which I didn't expect all that. And like, I even posted up all of those interactions between me and the father, where I clearly stated, I'm not looking for sex, especially not from a fucking asshole. So you saw the way he sort of like talked to me and was like badgering me to try to see him. and then all of a sudden he doesn't want to be around me after he fucked me, that's rape. Complete rape. That's all that was. And that's what men do. They'll gaslight you, what the fuck ever, stick their dick in, and expect like I'm supposed to be okay with that? No. Bitch, no. And then now we're making a baby out of it? Bitch. No. Like, you've got issues. And then somebody said some long message. God, I feel so sorry for the people that waste their time. Like, their message is going to get to the world. It's not. Your crazy psychosis in yourself is going to get, you know, just snuffed out. Because you are part of that, like Satan's minions, Satan worshipers. If you believe that man didn't rape me, if you believe all this and that, you just worship the devil. And that's hilarious to me because, like, I used to have a sense of understanding for people like that. I used to understand, like, okay, yeah, you know, God, he's, you know, not helping someone like me that was promised when she was a child that he was going to protect me, and I could understand drifting over to the devil like that. But really, I can't. I mean, I would never be that demonic to want to push myself onto a woman and then leave her for fucking dead. And somebody was like, so you're accusing him of rape because he didn't want a relationship with you? Bitch. Do you not realize that the other dude wanted one from me and I completely just said no? So, what are you trying to say? What the fuck are you trying to say? I didn't want a relationship with a dude that was going to force himself on me during the first fucking day. So that's why I was just like, I ignored it. I was like, you guys will get your fucking karma. You're pieces of shit. I don't have to do anything. Inevitably, you'll get yours. I just have to speak up about it and tell God about it. This crazy's trying to accuse me of falsifying a rape report. What the fuck is wrong with you? You need something to do. For me, that's surviving. Like, I literally have free bread here. The lunch meat was $2.50 for the package. The lettuce, $1.79. You people need a life. I'm just living mine. I was doing great. There's proof within my text messages that he forced himself on me that first fucking day. And I was not happy. So, yeah. I love how everybody tries to make me feel bad, though. Blame the victim. Good for you. Pat on the back. I had no idea how crazy some of these people were, too, that try to bash me. Wow. You are satanic, demonic, retarded beings. I only say retarded because apparently your brains can't function that well, and I'm supposed to feel sorry for you. And I do. You have nothing better to do with your time than to accuse a victim. And then there were 9 people that liked it. That made me laugh. I was like, damn, you're part of the Satan pack. If you were in that situation, I pray you are pushed into that situation and get your karma. And then you'll know what it feels like. Nearly 5 months pregnant, and the dude just fucking up and dumped you. Just fucking cum dumpster over here. And I already knew. That's why I avoided men. That's why I only used them for what they had, which was food and some place to rest. I wasn't stupid. I wasn't trying to date. That's why he took it while it was tight. Fucking ass pieces of shit. It is not my fault that crazy is attracted to me. But then again, I guess it is. Because I allowed myself to believe that these crazies were worth allowing into my reality, into my realm of my realm of consciousness. The thing is, I didn't want to date Jason Wallace. Not in the slightest. When I met him and everything and I saw that his temperament, I'm not making up anything. There's surveillance. I wouldn't make up this. I wouldn't make up accusing someone of that. Not at all. I know it could destroy someone's life. That's why I wait and I wait. Just to see how it's going to go. And they never try to fix the situation. They just believe, oh, I detached for that moment and violated your body, and you just have to take it because you believe in God and forgiveness. I do, and that's why you have to make amends. You have to repent. So that's how it is. I gave you the benefit of the doubt. You forced yourself on me. And then you turn around and made it worse for me. And now I'm creating your offspring. You're part of the devil's pack, that's for sure. I didn't want a relationship with him. When I told him about all that, about filing for rape, I ghosted him after that. I just was like, okay, fuck you. You'll get your karma. I was going through psychosis then because I was hormonal and everything. Like I said, I don't have to lie about this. These are the facts. I don't have to lie about this. This is how my reality went during that day, during those days. And then afterward, that sickens me that there's so many sick people out there, mentally ill people, that would sit there and try to combat my words. And I'm like, ugh, you're not worth my time. You're really not. I know what the fucking truth is, and my baby knows what the fucking truth is because it was born of it, so whatever. Just because I had no self-respect and wanted it that second time. Good for me. Yippee! Miracle, baby. And then I asked him for a plan B. That was clearly rape. He said in the messages, and you can see it, you woke me up in the middle of the night and asked me for the plan B. Bitch, no, I fucking stupid ass bitch. No. That's not what the fuck happened, and I know how you're trying to manipulate the situation. Bitch, you're going straight to fucking hell. You will never be happy for the rest of your fucking remainder on this earth. Because you tried to destroy me. And I wish that I were just playing the innocent victim. But I made videos prior. You know? You can understand my temperament. You can see I wasn't doing shady shit. You can see I wasn't going around just fucking people. That's fucking crazed. That's the first thing I noticed when I met Jason Wallace after he slapped me on the ass. Like, I could never date this guy. He's a fucking asshole. Violates my body. We just get to know each other. That's not okay. I'm not just switching up my mindset. This is how it's been for a few years now, where I built up the self-respect that I needed. And the confidence to try to exude some femininity. But no. And now I'm stuck. Just creating a baby for a fucking demon. For the next few months. And then I'm supposed to just figure out my life afterward? After everything has changed? After my body's been destroyed again? Nice. Nice. There should be fucking checks for that shit too. That's fucked up. Baby daddies, fucking deadbeat dads and shit. Acting like they're so fucking high and mighty. They're so important to the fucking world. Sick. Worthless trash. creating fucked up trash children. That's why I didn't want to breed. Because there was nobody that I thought was worthy of it, honestly. Let's get real. I'm not worthy of having children. Why should they be? With me. The fuck? That's crazy. You just want a bunch of stupid kids running around. Then that makes you fucking stupid. We weren't allowed to say stupid at home. That's why I say it so often. That's why I say these things. Because fuck my parents. They're stupid. My father's stupid. He's a pedophile. But of course they didn't file that paperwork. They didn't file that. They just have it on record that I accused him of it. Accuse. I'm just accusing everyone. Oh, that's what it is. That's why I sustained so much trauma. That's why I have PTSD. Because of accusations and not facts. Interesting. That's clearly wrong. Someone said something about being well-spoken, but not... That doesn't mean that I can't go through psychosis. No shit, dumb bitch. No shit. Are you fucking that stupid? That's why I fucking make these videos, because I need real help in this goddamn world and not some bullshit fake-ass motherfuckers trying to tell me. Just think positively. Just think positively. It'll all be better. It'll just think positively. Bitch, please. People are fucking crazy. Pardon me. So yeah, that's why I just don't give a fuck about portraying all of me, all sides of me, all of my grotesqueness, all of my positivity, exuding all of that. No, you're just gonna deal with it. Because you're watching me. And I finally am clearly opening up and sharing the truth. That's what has caused me to lose all the weight. That is what's caused me, because I was listening to God when God said, Leticia, you know that they're lying about you, right? And I was like, what do you mean, God? They all said they loved me. That's how it goes. You think I'm fucking crazy, too. And that's good. That's a good thing. You're all fucking retarded. I washed my hands prior to. Except touching the steering wheel bothers me, but I sanitized it, the day before it last? So anyway, where's the napkin? There we go. So, I think that's really interesting that people are so stupid. Like, how did you guys get to be so stupid? Did you go to public schools? Well, obviously. I mean, and I even see people from the military, like Jason Wallace, you can see through his texts and everything that he doesn't even know how to spell. So it's not like they educate these people. They're just robots for them. They're just, just vessels for them to kill off. That's all we are. Just a bunch of pawns in their game. So, like, you can see that I was clearly being polite to him. I mean, the fact that we are creating this baby is a fucking privilege to him. Truly. It is, he's fucking dumb as hell. I wouldn't want to fucking procreate with that. And I thought that immediately when I fucking started talking to him. Like, this motherfucking bitch thinks he's all that and whatever. I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. But after he did that and ghosted me, bitch, you're a fucking pussy. That is fucked up. You're fucking the most demonic man I've ever fucking met. All the sweet things I was trying to convey to you in that way of my personality, my sweetness, and understanding. Please don't fuck with me. Please. Like, please don't harass me. Please don't abuse me. That's why I fucking publicized. At first, I publicized nothing but what he had said. But then now I publicized everything that I said back. And you can see where I was an appropriate young lady with this guy, and he was just a fucking piece of trash. And I gave him the benefit of the doubt. There were red flags, yeah. When he tossed that 50 on the fucking table, that hurt my feelings. Because that, just gestures like that, you don't give a fuck about me? You think that I'm just out in this world trying to use people? No. I'm trying to seek whatever companionship. And when you told me they just didn't want a relationship with me, bitch, that's fine. But that doesn't mean you need to take it in the middle of the night right after that. That's the most fucked up shit. You're gonna get yours. That's why I slather his name and my ex-husband's name all over. People need to finally see. And my father and my brother, all that. People need to finally realize. I'm not going to be held accountable for other people's actions toward me anymore. That's their own fucking issues, and they need to work on them. They're the ones that need to be in therapy. Yes, I nearly choked just a second there. Ah! That'd be amazing to choke on camera. Fuck yeah. And die. That'd be wonderful. My baby, as I was walking through the grocery store, like, this motherfucker, I'm telling you, he's very much like his father. I'm not going to allow that, though. Not in the slightest. If I'm, the one taking care of this kid, it's not going to have anything to do with his father. Nothing at all. That's why I filed for rape, and I didn't want any of his money later on or any of that shit, because I told him from the beginning and after in those messages, I'm not going to be one of your fucking whores. And I didn't share all the messages beyond that, because there was like a fucking 100 of them, screenshots, because all I fucking did after that, after he ignored me, purposefully fucking just attacked him. Long ass messages every day, fucking random times of the fucking day. I'm carrying your fucking kid, bitch. Like, you should fucking care. You should want a relationship with me. But nobody wants one because I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'm fine by myself. That's what I was doing. I didn't need this baby. Fucking opening up my fucking heart chakra and shit. No, thank you. How am I supposed to tend to it? How am I supposed to take care of it? Once it's ripped away, my heart's gonna just shrivel up and fucking die again. Men are shit. One of these videos, I'm gonna, get down the names of the people that have helped me so far and relay my gratitude verbally for sending donations. I got another $5 donation earlier today, and I know that was just sort of like, more than often it's just people being condescending and everything in that way of, here's $5. That might have been all they had to offer, yeah. But then also, too, when they worded something on there, something about, when you tell somebody, like, here's some money, now go get some help, or whatever. I don't need any help. I'm done seeking help. Every time I sought help, everybody told me crazy shit. Especially depending on where I was, like in the South, they don't know anything about psychology. Even in these psychiatric hospitals. So, what are you trying to tell me? I haven't asked for help. I haven't sought clinics. I haven't sought psych wards. I haven't sought, assistance in groups and whatever, in classes. Are you telling me all that? Because I'm pretty sure there's records of me doing those things. And I'm pretty sure I'm good. I'm pretty sure it's the other people involved in my story that haven't actually been held accountable for what they've done. That's what's tripping me out. That's what's pissing me off. That's what's giving me bouts of psychosis. The fact that nobody else gets reprimanded. Just Leticia. Because she has a history of mental illness. And I'm like, okay, cool. So what does that make to everybody else then? Whoa. 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 So true. Especially because some of them knew me and everything. Knew what would happen if they interacted with me. Because I'm a condescending bitch. Like, ask anybody. I am not one to put myself fucking out there first. Not like that. If somebody needs help, that's different. You know? Normally, though, if I see somebody in need, I don't go straight up to them and say. And here's somebody else messaging, commenting some bullshit probably. If people wanted to help you, you don't want their help anyway. Bitch, no, I don't. No, I fucking don't. Literally, pay the rest of my bills and shit. Help me get a place. Help me get settled. Then we can talk. Help you were sending me here and there. And fucking, like I said, some kind of fucking, map quest, some bullshit. You know, oh, what is the word? Okay. Like, going on a fucking quest for all this shit. Mapping out all my fucking, here's this place, here's that place. Yeah, come all the way this way, you know. Waste your gas and time. Just so we can reject you for some undisclosed reason. Weird. And I'm a bitch. If you want to help a bitch, that's cool. But if you don't want to help a bitch, that makes you part of the satanic team anyway, because you don't realize why she's a bitch anymore. You're thinking from your perspective, which is like, nobody should offend me. All I'm trying to do is help by giving advice. Advice doesn't help me. Instead, what helps me is people actually getting to the bottom of it and altering the circumstances and changing what the fuck happened. That would help me. That would help me a whole fucking hell of a lot, actually. So, yeah. You know, tell me some bullshit. If anybody were trying to help you, you reject them anyway. Well, yeah. And that means that if you're super godly, if you know that you're godly, you will attempt to break down those barriers because you know I've been hurt by everyone around me. I've been praying for healthy connections with people, a healthy connectivity to the world around me for years. Yet all I get is nothing but trash individuals that take advantage of me because they feel like they want to enslave someone else, take it, you know, be more powerful. And a lot of people don't even understand my phrasing for shit. Instead, I'm talking to a bunch of morons, and they don't fucking know. And then they say some bullshit like, unhelpful. Like, you're not being fucking helpful at all. You know that, right? And then all of a sudden, I'm just fucking over you bitches. For real. That's what it was. Sent me $5 and said, you know, the people that you tell to fuck off, those are the people that are trying to help you. Do I tell you to fuck off? Yeah. I tell everyone to fuck off. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm post-traumatically stressed. And I don't know if you're trying to help me or hurt me. But $5 just to talk down to me? That's not helping me at all. That makes me want to send back your fucking $5 is what I want to do. Don't fucking talk to me like that. I can be aggressive. I told everyone. I say it in a funny way, like a feral cat. Clawing the shit out of you if you try to touch me. But you're just so cute and fluffy. Trimmed my nails too yesterday. I think it was yesterday. I don't know. The days are wearing on and on because all I do is park and sit for a while. I get up to go use the restroom when I can. This could have used some mustard. Or some hot sauce. I usually keep a bunch of hot sauce, but lately it's been like weirdly bloating my stomach. Normally I can eat a lot of spicy food. I have to eat jalapenos now if I want it spicy, like actual peppers instead of the processed hot sauce. I don't know what it is. I guess it has a lot to do. Shit. I hate when I lose shit. I just cleaned out my car. I haven't vacuumed though, so I guess that's okay. So, this bread has 6 grams of protein per roll. It's 200 calories per roll. I didn't see the problem in it. It tastes delicious. It tastes really good. Hopefully I won't end up all bloated and stuff from any type of, where did I put that? Where did I set you? Where'd my twist tie go? There you are. So anyway, people think I'm so goddamn crazy. It's like, really? My interactions with other humans, and you're gonna call me crazy because they abused me first? You must be fucking out of your goddamn mind. Out of your goddamn mind. I may look like I'm constantly out of my fucking mind, but there are plenty of times where I am more rational than most of the people around me. That's insane. And I look the craziest. That's funny. At least I have my fucking teeth. Damn. I can't say the same thing about a lot of these people that try to bash me too. They don't take care of themselves at all. That's why they bash me, because they've got jealousies and envy. And I try to explain that to people. That's the only reason why we get upset. Anger and frustration, all those things, it stems from fucking envy. From the fact that they are speaking down to you. You're envious that they're, you're upset. You're jealous of the fact that you're not getting through to them and you're arguing. So yeah. Like that their reality is grander than yours. Yeah, it's jealousy and envy. The green-eyed goblin. It's what we do. We compare ourselves to others constantly. I had to realize that I was doing that all the time. But now I just wish everybody well. If you got more than me, if you're prettier than me, all these things. If you have a family, I wish everybody well. I really do. But then there's a demonic side of me, something that lives inside of my darkness, that will probably kill the whole world. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is. And I understand it seems like schizophrenia to some people because I get so overwhelmingly angry. That's not schizophrenia. It is my reality that has caused me to be so bitter and angry and violent with my words. Lashing out with all I can. Because I was taught very early on that physical violence ends up with a physical consequence. And then I was never safe speaking up anyway. My dad would always hit me and shit. I hadn't had much protein in the last few days. I'm hoping that this isn't gonna mess up my stomach too bad, because I just had a shit ton of protein right now. Let's see, 12 grams in the bread. Let's see, whatever was, I hate that this jiggles. It still needs, I need to work out, but I just can't bring myself to do it because I don't have the energy. I haven't been able to eat well. I haven't had the amount of protein that I've needed to sustain myself properly. So, what was I gonna look at too? Oh yeah, right here. Here it is. Oh, damn it, the crumbs. So, for this entire package, it was 200 calories, and it was 34 grams of protein for 200 calories. That is fucking amazing. Plus, it's plant-based. So, if your stomach can handle any of that stuff, I would suggest trying it. And that's what helped me to slim down and everything. And the amount of proper skin retraction that I've had. And it's not even that, I've been trying to tone those areas lately. I'm literally pregnant. I have to take a pause until I finish having this baby. And that's sad because I was working so hard to get to my fitness goals, get to that part of it. And I don't know why God is just torturing me in this way. It's like, well, here's bits and pieces of the things that you want, but you can't have everything. And it's just so much torment in that way of how am I supposed to interact with the world around me when I still have chips on my shoulders and I can't seem to flick them off that easily because I don't have anything to replace it with. No positive comfort. So anyway, I don't know what I'm gonna do right now. I guess I'm gonna try to take a nap. I don't remember if this gym closes at 7 today. Yeah, I think it's 7. So I've got a few more hours before they close, and I'm not really too concerned. I'm just trying not to get noticed the fact that I'm not working out when I'm going in and out. So because apparently you're not supposed to get paid every time I go to use the restroom, just the restroom. That's bullshit. You get paid for my access to these facilities. So if you don't realize that that's a benefit to you, I don't know what to tell you. Especially if it's someone that's cleanly like me and hygienic and doesn't try to destroy everything around her. Boy, I want to though some days. I fucking want to. This is not going on properly. Just a little snug, I guess. I'm really frustrated. One day I went to go buy these. They were like, I don't know if they were buy one, get one free or something like that. Or there's a coupon for 2 of them at some point. And I got the barbecue flavor. I'm not much for barbecue, I realize. I mean, I do like it if I'm dunking in barbecue sauce. But the flavor in itself, I'd rather have spicy. So there's one that's called like chili roasted. I wish I could have gotten those, but I couldn't find them the day that I went to go buy them. It's like the last day of that sale. These I had in the back. Oh, damn it. So anyway. I was telling you about my baby. Sometimes it shifts all weird as I'm walking, and I feel like my uterus is about to fall out of my body. Like, it feels so uncomfortable. And right now, I'm not wearing underwear because I only have a few pairs of underwear left, and I washed out this pair, in a sink, and then I, scrubbed it down a little bit, wiped it down, So I use Castile soap. So I doubt that my coochie germs were left in the sink. I'm not gross like other people. So, they're finally dry now. Walking around with that underwear makes me feel weird. I'm not my mother. Gross. I didn't think that I was going to want to eat anymore, but I really want one of these apples, I think. I really wish I could wash it off, though. That's like the worst part, is not having any way of like rinsing things while you're like in the car. So a lot of times I get prepackaged things because I'm horrified at the fact that people have touched these with their bare hands and then stuck them in bags and everything. Oh yeah, I think about it. And then sometimes I just don't think about it because of the fact that I guess I could rinse it off with the water bottle, with a little bit of the water. So fucking gross. See, I guess I can just do that out of the car real quick. Nobody's around, really. That doesn't really help. Just get it all wet and shit. Now there's germs and water. Gross. It's so true. You know why am I so weird? This apple says envy on it. This is good. I don't remember the last time I've actually flirted. I didn't flirt with Jason Wallace. As you can tell through the messages and everything. That wasn't flirtation. I just state things and people think I'm flirting. It's my curse. One of my curses. I wonder what gives these people the nerve to comment on somebody's life when they haven't gone back and watched all the videos that she's posted, hasn't gone and realized what, what trails of information are left behind by her, years of accumulation of this and that. I wonder if that is the pollen? My nose is getting all stuffed up for some reason. Posted a picture of this weird bruise that I have on my wrist. It had like a little red dot in the middle, so I'm assuming I got stung or bit by something. And the skin started dying around it. A huge fucking bruise, I don't know. I'm assuming that's what it was. That's the tissue and everything dying. because of whatever infection or whatever I was injected with. Got like all those shots from the fucking psychiatric hospitals and shit in jail. Destroying me. I don't mind that people watch me make weird faces as I'm eating. I know everybody's like, ugh, if I were her, I would never. Yeah, because you don't have the confidence to. And that's how it is. Don't care. I love myself. I don't need anybody else to love me. People are like, Leticia, don't talk bad about yourself. That's one thing that helped me to realize my flaws and how to work on them. So these videos are the most I talk to people. And I don't really even talk to anybody. I talk to myself. I talk to you through myself. There's a nun in the garden. This apple was really good. I was going to buy some organic bananas, but then I went for these apples and I thought, you made the right choice. Bananas have too much sugar, and they're modified anyway. Apparently they're dying off a lot. I end up with fungus in the trees and all that. I just eat an apple seed. Cyanide. I'm sorry, baby. It's time for you to go. So I bought all these apples for the seeds. Why would you pull up right next to someone? There is a whole fucking parking thing, and you want to pull right up next to somebody in between two people that are sitting in their cars. Why? Why do people feel like their reality is worthwhile? I don't believe mine is. That's why I just disclose it, and I'm like, this is how it is. This is how I'm trash. This is how I'm trash. This is how I'm trash. So yeah. Just some tiny crumbs. Maybe if I stare at them for a while, they'll go away. Oh, no, I didn't put all this in there too. Most of the time people pull up because they think that this is an empty car with the windows cracked and they can break into it. Yeah. I even overheard some people one day walking past and they were like, oh shit, there's someone in it. Because they were talking about some shit about there being a lot of stuff in it. What's wrong with you people? Get over yourselves. I barely have enough for myself, and then you're stealing from somebody that doesn't have anything. That's the sickest thing I've ever heard. You people are trash. So, but not the people that are nice to me. I mean, at least you're trying. At least you want to make something of, trying to help some random stranger. That's nice. That's actually very kind of you. Especially when you don't want anything in return. There's a huge difference. People always want you. Like, how are they expecting me to do anything? Some dumbass wrote like a fucking book on the thing, and I was like, oh, you really think that your opinion matters. You really are seeking some attention. That's sad. And I just hid them from the channel because that's all I can do anymore. You guys are crazy. You're out. I don't need your stupid comments trying to sway people into believing some nonsense. They were like, if she really loved her daughter, she would try everything. Don't even get on those words. Do not presume that I do not try every day. My survival is trying. And that's why I try to explain to people. I snapped years ago. My own survival is trying. And that's saying a lot. Because I literally have $7 left in food stamps. And like $6 left in WIC produce, and that's supposed to last me for the next week until I get my insurance allotment of $50 toward food. So please do not tell me that I'm entitled, because that just makes you look entitled. Please do not tell me any nonsense about how, I could have done this, no. I sought help. I asked legal aid. I asked all these places. I sought help. I was rejected many times because that's how it is. People are very biased, and there's a lot of nepotism that goes on, and there are a lot of people that lie about things and get away with it, and they get more benefits than someone like me that doesn't lie about things. That's very true. So even on my food stamps, apparently my daughter is still on them, because the only way that they were going to give me food stamps still was to keep her on it, is what I was told. Which is very sad and shady, because that means that she's still getting insurance through me, which means that my ex-husband still has access to that insurance and shouldn't, because I'm still paying my daughter's medical bills. Do not tell me that I have not tried. Do not try to tell me that I didn't seek a job, that I didn't do this and that, and I've informed people. That's exactly what made me snap. That's why I've gone crazy now. The forced restrictions and guidelines that society has for us, that we're supposed to all have jobs and we're supposed to all have places. Yet when we had all those things, they were ripped out from underneath us anyway because of lack of communication and ill-mannered proceedings and all these things, these biased people and individuals. So yeah. There's a whole lot that is wrong with the world around us. There's a whole lot that is wrong with individuals. So anyway, I was invited to hang out with someone later today, so I hope that'll work out well. And that's why I figured, I'm just going to chill and relax until I have something else to do. And hopefully go from there, because like I said before, when I had everything, I was seeking help, but nobody wanted to help me. When I lost everything, I was seeking help, and nobody wanted to help me. When, when I've done nothing wrong and I'm just seeking guidance in this and that and that way, I'm not seeking advice. That's not one thing I'm seeking. I'm seeking for someone to physically help me. And that's the difference. I cannot help myself anymore. That's just the problem. So, and people are always like, oh, blah, 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 you have to put in some effort. Losing 150 pounds wasn't putting in effort and determination. Keeping my teeth for this long in a place where, in the South anyway, for 15 years that I lived down there, no one had any fucking teeth. Their teeth were all jacked the fuck up. So what you're telling me is completely inaccurate. What you're telling me is that I haven't placed effort into myself, when in actuality I do that every single day. I place effort into myself so that everything around me can hopefully coincide with that. And so far, not so good. I had to break it down to the bare basics, like I've said in other videos, but nobody watches any of that. Nobody listens to any of that. Instead, it's just the newest material. Oh my God, what's she up to now? Let's judge her for this. Let's harass her for this. Or let's, demean her for that. And you can't, because you just look stupid for it, because you're a bunch of hypocrites. So if that's the one thing you pinpointed, that means that you have flaws with that too. You have issues with that same particular issue. So that's hilarious. That's why my whole channel and everything, the fact that I made it to reach out to my daughter, and that it exposes what true mental illness is. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't really know. God just told me, share. God told me, he's like, you can't do this alone anymore. You need to just share your voice, because I get thanked, I get thanked all the time for people. They're like, now I can finally open up about my trauma. I've never told anybody about these things. Now it's time to confront it and to bury that hatchet, And so that's what I try to help people with, is like, you've got an underlying issue. That's why you have anger and envy and certain things, because you didn't heal that inner child, mostly, And that's why when I dance around, people find that really fun. They're like, wow, how old is she? And then they ask me, 34. Like, oh, Jesus, you're an old maid. And you're just going around doing your own thing, happy within yourself. Well, yeah, because dancing is one thing that makes me, allows me to alleviate my stress. And that's what I live for daily now, is like, oh, that movement and that stretching and like the yoga within that. When I can incorporate my dancing with my yoga too, it always makes me happy, just all that extra movement. But then people look at me like, why is she shaking her butt like that? She's trying to get attention. No, that's me trying to engage my muscles. Leave me alone. Quit looking at me. I'm none of your business. If my reality is affecting you, you need to ask yourself why. That's exactly what it is. So, anyway, I'm having a pretty good day, I guess. Yesterday was not so good, but once I get accustomed to certain routines and, like now I won't be able to spend any money for the next few days, because like I said, that's all the money I have to last me for the next week. And I have to make sure I have enough like fresh produce to last me all that time, and I make sure that I have enough protein and this and that, because like right now I just had a bunch of protein. But it's probably really good for me. I went many days without a lot of protein, and my body probably needed that. And that's why I was craving that lunch meat. I knew it was $2.50, but I was like, I'm going to splurge. I'm going to get that, it'll be good for me, hopefully. Hopefully I won't have any digestive upsets. So far, when I've eaten it in the past, I haven't. And sure, it doesn't taste quite like meat, because it doesn't have the same sort of flavor and saltiness to it. But that doesn't mean that it's not bad. It's actually really beneficial for you. So I try to tell people, some of the substitutes taste just like the real thing, and other times they taste nothing like it. But within themselves, and understanding that they're healthful for your body, and nutritious, then you can weigh out the pros and cons. Because like I've stated before, most people don't realize that a lot of these ailments, such as type 2 diabetes, stem directly from consuming meat and meat products. So the same thing with dairy and how it's directly linked to breast and prostate cancer and all of these different things. And so like the dairy and stuff and eggs, all of that too, high cholesterol. But you've been warned throughout the years, and you didn't realize that all of these animal products were actually the things that were killing you off the quickest and causing you the most inflammation and pain. Because if you do the research too, all of those animal proteins cause our body's inflammation, and that's why we have stomach upsets. That's why certain people with like diseases like Crohn's disease do better with a plant-based diet, and all these other things too. So, and not everyone is completely vegan. Some people are plant-based, which means they eat a majority of, their legumes and things like that, produce, vegetables, fruits, nuts, berries, all these things, right? So they eat a majority of that and then eat some meat here and there sparingly, or incorporate fish. And I don't see the health issues with that either. I understand that there are nutrients within animal products here and there that are beneficial and not that detrimental if you're consuming them in a smaller amount. But that's exactly what they had intended years ago. And of course, being that we are in the United States, we take everything to an excess, and we take everything, go big or go home. And that's when I was like, even when I had gained all that weight, and that boyfriend that I had after my ex-husband, always encouraged me to eat, always encouraged me to get nutrients by eating. And I thought, yeah, in my stupidity, because I was on these psych meds and I was sleeping 90% of the time, I had thought, yeah, this is going to be good for me. This is going to be, just eating all the time. That's going to help comfort me. And then all of a sudden I woke up one day and I wasn't able to breathe. And you saw a couple of the pictures. There's some on the very first YouTube video that I had posted on here has a photo of me at my heaviest. Just my face though. So, and that's really all the photos I have, aside from if I were to ask surveillance from different areas if they have like any monitors of what I'd look like, because I look like a beast, a hideous beast. I mean, I was nearly twice the size I am now. So I weighed myself in at like 167 yesterday. So I'm still managing it around that weight right now. I'm hoping I don't balloon up too badly within the next few months. And it's frustrating, man. It's frustrating living my reality and knowing that I have all these quote-unquote haters. And some people, they talk about others using words, slang words, and everything. Just because the newer generations come out with certain terminology doesn't mean that we don't all have access to it. I need to make that clear, because there was some deranged little girl, I guess, talking down to someone else about using, like, the term hater. And that's everyone's word. If it was created and you believe that you're going to keep it for yourself and your generation, then that's going to make your generation look very poorly in the future, because when you're 60 and 80 years old using the word hater, everybody's going to be laughing at you, all the younger generations, because you don't know how to switch up your terminology. So don't give yourself that kind of karma, because that's how it always happens. That's how it turns out, is that you'll fuck yourself over in no time by thinking the thoughts about others in that way. So everybody can use these terms. Everybody can, God, Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway, I'm gonna get off of here. People are annoying the fuck out of me, and I don't feel like dealing with anybody right now. I've done enough of that. What the fuck are you doing? Dumb big ass truck. Big dumbass truck. Look at me. I'm able to afford the gas for this thing. Wow. Not really. I'm going broke, but gas is worth it. Because I got my big truck. I could crush you with my big truck. Wow. So anyway, I can't sit here too long or I'm going to get all weirdly juicy. That sounds really bad because I know it sounds like when I talk about the words wet and juicy and all that. I'm not trying to be flirtatious. I'm not trying to do that. It's just these are the words, the terms that I use for these things. And even when I was texting Jason about it, I was like, I'm really wet lately. Like, that's how I came out. It wasn't, I'm really wet lately and I need blah, blah, blah. No, it was, hey, these are the facts. I'm really wet right now. Like, I don't know what's going on. I'm freaking the fuck out. All I want to do is stick something in there to get, and I told him that through some messages, that I just want to stick stuff in there to yank it out. Like, that's how it feels. Like, there's something inside of me, I can't make it stop. And it's growing, and it's freaking me out. So, I was trying to see if he would be there for me, but he's not a good person. So, that ship sailed the moment that he did what he did that evening. Like, the moment we met. So, and there's no making up for it. There really isn't. He is not a good person, and I can't continue to harp about it. That's why I'm putting these videos out there for all of my haters, you know, all of the people that have manipulated and deceived and hurt me. I'm making these videos to clarify, these are my emotions toward you. I fucking don't care about you. Like, I love you in the sense that you're a human being, but really, I love the fact that you're going to get your karma. I love the fact that you decided to do that to me, an innocent person, and then all of a sudden, you know, you want to be looked at like you're innocent, like I led you on, and blah, blah, blah. It's not how it went, buddy. Not at all. Not at all. Anybody that's gone on a fucking date with me would know that. They're like, man, she is just fucking, I just deadpan look at people like, what do you want? Like, tell me what you need from me, because you sure as fuck aren't gonna get any pussy. So, yeah. And that's why I don't mind walking around with my hair all fucked up like this, all brushed back and, you know, whatever. It's got, you know, my little ponytail back here. Look at that. It reminds me of like a fluffy poodle tail. That's why I loved poodles so much, because they had the curls and I had the curls, and we were just so perfect for one another. I loved it. I loved it. So anyway, I better get off of here because Mr. Big Truck over there wants to waste his gas with his truck on, and that's irritating me. Not that it should. Like, I know that it doesn't matter. Really what goes on around me doesn't matter to me, honestly. But sometimes it's just an irritant when I've got too much on my mind and I'm just like, oh my God, like I can barely think, and that's where you decide to fucking park with your engine on, not knowing that it's loud as fuck. How disrespectful can you be? People are so disrespectful. Like, I'm gonna go running around with my music blaring. I do that sometimes too when I'm pissed off. I get that. Where you're just like, you're not thinking. So that must be what's going on in his head too, because he's like texting on his phone, completely oblivious to the world around him. Plus, I'm not cute enough to care about. I already know that. Half the time everybody ignores me, and I've always been ignored growing up because I wasn't one to wear a bunch of makeup. I wasn't one to wear a bunch of fancy clothes. I wasn't one to do all these crazy fake things for myself to make people like me. Either you like me the way I am, or you don't. And I prefer you don't, because then that just shows your character, not mine. So, it discloses your ailments, your issues with the world, not mine. Because I'm just here chilling. I'm just doing my own thing. And people get upset about that all the time. They're like, oh my God, how can anybody be happy within doing nothing? How could anybody be okay with themselves if they lost everything? Oh my God, how can you be like bitching about this, but then turn around and you're just fine about it the next day? Like, I don't get it. Like, that's just part of how it is. It's part of healing, you know? It's a part of realizing I'm never going to end up like getting compensated for this shit. That's the sad part. I should be someone that gets compensated for this shit, but they don't care. That's not in their agenda. Their agenda is destroying the world. Their agenda is hurting people like me. Their agenda is snuffing people like me out, finding us and squishing us or toxifying us like roaches, and then just having us scurry about toxifying each other, and that helps them. I don't know how they sleep at night, but psychopaths don't have feelings. They don't have that attachment. They don't have empathy toward other things. That's why I call these people psychopaths, because they literally had no empathy toward what they had done to me. They had no empathy toward what they do to others. They have no empathy toward anything. Animals, none of it. And that's the sad part. And then they're allowed to judge and rule over others. And that's horrifying. That's actually very, very frightening. So, and a lot of these people that are millionaires and shit like that, they are psychopaths. They don't have empathy for people beneath them. That's the sickest thing I've ever heard. That is like the most obnoxious thing I've ever heard. Just the sheer audacity of it all, to think that these people should run us when all they're doing is running us straight into the ground, because they don't care about anything but themselves and maybe their family, but only if the family follows a lot of strict guidelines and there's conditions to their love. Because psychopaths don't know what true love is. They don't even love themselves. It's the truth. So that's why they hurt others. What the fuck was that? It was a big ass bird. I don't know if it was a seagull or what. Anyway, same thing day in and day out. Just trying to take care of myself. Just trying to do right by myself so that I can keep myself from hurting myself. That's the best thing I could do for my child. To get better. And I am much better. Especially because I'm not on the fucking psych meds making me act out all crazy. I'm better, but the world around me isn't better. The world around me is still crazy. So how am I supposed to get better when everyone thinks that I'm constantly doing all these crazy things, like smoking weed on camera while I'm 21 weeks pregnant? I don't fucking care. It helps calm me the fuck down. It helps me rationalize my fucking circumstances and how everybody's fucking me, literally and metaphorically, and financially, sexually, psychologically, emotionally. And then people wonder, where did she get these terms? She had to research them when she realized that all the shit that was going down was not okay. And she had to talk to people about that, healthy people about that, and then realize, oh shit, what am I supposed to do to get healthy? Stay away from the toxic people. Stay away from the toxicity. Stay away from the gaslighting. Stay away from the manipulation. I've only just recently learned many of these terms too, because I was so blinded by love that I did not want to combat what was going on. I did not want to confront it. I didn't want to destroy myself by pulling myself out of that denial stage. And when I realized I couldn't be in denial anymore, I had to confront these things. I had to start speaking out about them because I had to get them away from me. They were so toxic. All of the things that I was seeing and going on in the world around me, I had to call it out so I could ask, is that normal? Is this normal? Is that normal? And when it just continues to be the same stories with no alterations, that's when people start listening to victims and they start realizing, oh shit, that maybe she is speaking from her own perspective. She was violated. She does feel like she's hurt. She is still being hurt and harassed in that way because her mind keeps reverting back to all of these traumas. So yeah, I should get paid for that shit, honestly, because they're still harassing me to this day. In my nightmares, in my daymares, all of it. Thrown back into flashbacks, yeah. And even with the officers and everything at the Garland County Jail, that was horrifying. horrifying. And people wonder why I had to go back and get placed in there again. Because I had to confront it again. That's why I went and got that trespassing fucking charge. I wanted to relay how they do deal with people that are suffering. People that are actually just trying to seek justice. This is how they handle them. They handle them like trash. And they don't care. So that's where it is. That's how I know that I'm still on the right path. That God is still sending me on my way. Because all of this is too coincidentally staged in that way. But it's not. It's just me being myself. It's just me playing out the role that God has given me. And to help others to rationalize within themselves, well, what's going on in the world around us? Why is this going on? Why are these people acting out? Why are these people saying this? And in actuality, this is going on. Or this is what happened after the reaction, toward this and this. And it all is like a domino effect. So if people aren't realizing where I'm coming from, that's where we have an issue, because I'm not going to live out the rest of my days in silence anymore. That's what caused me to be sheltered in the agoraphobia, where I was refusing to socialize. I was consumed with my pets. I was in denial. I was in all sorts of, I was in all sorts of danger to myself. And then being overweight and not realizing, okay, Leticia, even if people come up to you and they're mean and they talk down to you about your dancing and everything, still be confident and love yourself, because you're doing good by you. And God loves you because God knows that you're trying. None of these people have God in them, and that's why they talk to you that way. That's why they treat you that way, because they don't love themselves, and they don't love God, and they don't love the universe. And that's all in conjunction, all of it. So, yeah, that's why people think all this stuff. And here's somebody I really don't even know. I really don't even know why people comment. If I need your opinion, I would ask for it. I'm not asking for your opinion. Keep your mouth shut. So that's why I say, please don't comment on my shit. I don't need your opinion. I'm just clarifying what's going on in the world around me, like I've stated in all my profiles, like I've stated on all my social media platforms and whatnot. Leave me alone. I am not asking for your opinion. I need the opinion of the gods that run the fucking earth right now. That's what I need. And the universal fucking code. That's what I need. I need some balance so that I can finally have some peace in my goddamn days. So anyway, I'm gonna get going. These people are gonna enter the truck right in front of me, and always stress the fuck out, because I know that people are like watching what I'm doing too. They don't know whether or not I'm up to no good, and then when they see I'm a girl, they're like, okay, that's okay. But then also too, I'm a very like homely girl. That's the difference. I'm very homely, and I know that. I'm not that pretty when I'm not dressed up. That's the thing. I don't want to have like the fakery involved either, where it's like I have to be a fake person or a doll every fucking moment of the day. This is my natural hair. What am I supposed to do with crap like this? It's fucking crazy. What? Anybody would fucking hate this. So, it sticks up all kinds of wild. And then it's not growing at all. It's just staying in the same spot because of stress. And my hair keeps falling out throughout the last few years because of the copious amounts of the obnoxiously absurd amount of stress that I've had to deal with. Nobody should have to deal with that. I should have been able to see my child by now. The courts should not have ruled that I had no visitation rights. How crazy can you be? How crazy can you be? I hope that you get the same. I hope you don't even get a final goodbye with your child. That eats away at your soul and your heart for the rest of your fucking days. Because the one thing you loved, you never got to say goodbye to. People wonder why I go around saying that I'm gonna slit your fucking throat. Stay the fuck away from me. People know how to hurt one another. Although, I didn't go that fucking far. I didn't go that far. I may have done some shit. I even lit my daughter's crib on fire once. Okay, she was in the living room, next to the door outside. I told my ex-husband to leave me alone. I wanted to kill myself because of his abuse. Okay? So I wanted to fucking die. And I told him, I just want to take me in the house. You take the baby. That's all you ever wanted anyway. You didn't love me. You didn't want me. So I went ahead and I fucking flicked a match and flicked it into the fucking, in her crib. She wasn't there, of course. Like I said, she was already like 2. And she was in the fucking 2.5, I guess, 3 at that point. And, you know, this is probably after his family physically assaulted me, because it got way worse after that. All of my crazy got way worse to the point where I just wanted to die. And I said, I just wanted to die with me in my home. That's what I said. I said, get the dogs and the baby out. And he was like, are you fucking crazy? And I was like, bitch, bet. You've driven me fucking crazy. I want to die. So, and it's fucking true, because him and his family, fucking insane. You cannot sit there and tell me that they are not crazy. You cannot sit there and tell me that they're the ones in the right. They're literally smokers and drinkers and all this and that, and those chain smokers and drinkers don't give a shit about their own bodies. Why would they give a shit about anyone else, and why would they not lie? That's why you can't trust people that are chain smokers. They're literally, they know that it's going to cause them pain, and they still do it. That's a mental illness. Do you not see that? The same with alcoholics. They literally know that they're going to black out, or they're going to do this, or that, that they're going to lie and manipulate, or whatever. Denials are going to come. And they still continue to do it. Now, I'm not in denial of that. I understand. And I understand I have to stop smoking weed just so I can end up, if the time comes, keep the baby. And I'm hopeful for that. But I'm not one of those that's a chain smoker or a fucking, alcoholic, all these things. Those true mental illnesses that are all around us in this day and age. Everywhere you look. So that's why I'm trying to help people. I'm trying to be like, hey, guess what? I'm not one of those people. Guess what I did instead of doing that? I couponed. I went and got some apples. 4 for $1. Look how big this apple is. That's nice. It's nice. Look how big this apple is. These are big apples, too. I'm trying so hard to just be positive, but I just don't see the positives when everybody else is getting all of this, getting all of my things. That's very hard to fucking see. That's hard to fucking deal with. And it's hard to fucking deal with that people are taking my things and then using my things, or taking them and like rearing my child without me. That's crazy. So, yeah, that's fucking crazy. Don't steal from people and then rub it in their face. That's horribly mentally ill. And then I was like, okay, like, I'll back down if you want to go ahead, and one day you said you'd fix it, right? You said you were sorry. And some of this shit, like when he said we would be together in the end, and that we were just, he didn't believe in the constructs of marriage. He literally said that exact sentence to me. I just don't believe in the constructs of marriage. And that's what it's been eating away at my mind. Like, how could I be so naive? I should have seen right through him playing all those roles all those years. But, you want to believe the best in people, especially when you're forced to have their offspring because of your stupidity of wanting to have sex with Brandon, and then with Jason, the same fucking thing. Like, maybe, just maybe, if we wouldn't have had sex that secondary time, I wouldn't be pregnant right now. I keep fucking hating myself over that thought all the time. Like, why did I allow that? Why was I so desperate in that way to comfort myself in that moment? I should have waited. I should have just kept it to myself again. But I was already so disheartened that 2 different people had been inside of me that I didn't want, They were fucking weird. Sure, I thought at the moment. There were instances about thinking, like, what if we had a family? What would our offspring look like? How stupid would they be? But that's nothing I ever act on. ever. That's nothing that I act on. So if I think about it, I'm like, okay, well, if a real man wants to court me, truly court me, like, he would show that he cared about me. He would do something to try to help me in that way, to, like, knowing that I'm down on my luck, knowing this and that, understanding that in this life I wasn't given the best opportunities, and I'm still struggling with my own emotions and struggling with the trauma from the past. So, but yeah, I'm just so sad. And I understood that I was, like, not worth dating. I got that. I understood that. That's why when I dated people and I told them, even years prior and everything, like, you know, I want you to know I'm not perfect. I always disclosed all these flaws of myself. You know, I just want you to know I'm homeless. I want you to know that, you know, I only collect SS, you know, Social Security disability income right now. I was always forward with it. I was always forthwith with disclosing all of these things, forthright in that, you know. And I just feel like there are times where I just don't understand why my reality is pulling me into a certain direction, if not to just help others, because I already knew better in a lot of these circumstances, and it still didn't help me. It still was very difficult to get beyond that. Anyway, it's already been an hour and a half, and I should have been napping by now. Now I already feel like I need to use the restroom, and the restroom's on the other side of this building. And I'm like, Jesus, I have to walk through there, and I have to socialize, which means two things I really don't want to do. Two things I really don't want to do. I do not want to get seen by anybody. I don't want to get looked at. I'm ugly. I already know that. I've known that for many years. I don't want anybody to try to talk to me because I'm very weird, and I'll just come up with some weird thing that they're going to think about for the next 20 years of their life. You know? That weird girl. Like, yeah. Believe me, I know. So, anyway. Oh my God. Why? Alright, I have to get off here, although I wish I could just monitor myself at all times, just record and just be like, hey, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to whomever's on the other side of that screen. Hey, did you see that? Did you hear that? Did you understand what I just lived through? Can you see my emotions? Can you understand why I take so much time out of my day just to try to recoup and regather my thoughts? Can you see that? I don't know. Apparently I'm not trying hard enough. Yeah. I'll take that shit. No thanks. I try plenty hard enough. My existence is hard enough. So yeah, everyone have a blessed week. It's Sunday. Excuse me. Why don't I care? Because I don't mind being disgusting. What's the point? What's the point in trying to be anything that I'm not? I already know I'm fucking disgusting. Every fucking aspect of me, everything. People are so annoying. Stupid people especially. And then I just have to accept it. Like, oh, they don't know any better. They'll understand one day. They just don't know any better. They can't help themselves because their IQs and their intelligence quotient for even their emotions, their emotional intelligence, not there. Whatever. I need something better to do with my time than to just sit around producing offspring and being homeless. This does not seem like a very good existence. Oh wait, it's not! Hate my life. Everybody's always saying you just want people to give things to you. I want them to give back what was stolen, yeah. if that makes sense. Then maybe I would have enough to stand on. Instead, I'm fucking floundering, drowning. Right. It's a sinking ship. Abandoned ship, abandoned ship. That's what I keep telling myself every day. Abandoned ship, abandoned ship. This is fucking going down, Captain. Yeah. Have a great day, everybody. And a great week. Leticia calling Servin. I'm gonna take a nap now. Just wait for it to all be over with. Just be calm so I can just die off in peace. Probably just pee in this cup right here. Fuck it. There's a camera somewhere though, I know. Yep, right there. I have to make sure I have everything closed up if I piss in my cup. I really don't want to. Probably just go and walk in there. It's already getting later. An hour and a half later than since I parked and everything. Kill me now. This existence is not worth fighting for. Have a blessed day.